Mhm.
Okay, good evening. This is Aslam Khan from Princeton Prep. We're going to have our IELTS class today, and as usual, I'll be giving some idea about IELTS exam first, and then we'll move on to the speaking section, and finally, we'll be doing some reading and as well as discussion on writing as well. Okay, so let's start, and so let's move on for some screenshot. So from there we can start it. Okay, hope you can see the screen. Let's see, this move on to eyes. Okay, let me check with it. Let at the very beginning, let me give you some idea about what IELTS is all about. This is basically the IELTS academic module. They're academic module at the same time. They're the GT module. Academic is for if you're trying to go to a foreign country for academic purpose, getting admission into a university. then you need the academic module, and if you're planning to move to a country as an immigrant, then you need the GT, General Training module. Okay, let's see the academic module first. So International English Language Testing System. That what IELTS stands for. The highest you can get is 9. Usually, if it's the paper-based one, you'll have to attend. You'll have to go there for 2 days. On one day you'll be sitting for the listening, reading, and the writing section, and on another day you'll be just giving the speaking section. Okay, you start with the listening. The listening, the high score you can get is 9, the reading 9, and the writing 9. Usually the listening test starts at 1 o'clock. It lasts for around 40 minutes. There will be 4 sections, 40 questions, and there will be around 10 types of questions, and audio file will be played, and that lasts for around 30 minutes. And based on the audio clip, they'll have to fill up a few questions, those 40 questions in the listening answer booklet. Okay, once you're done with the listening, but here I should add that you'll get 10 extra minutes to transfer your answer from your listening answer booklet to your answer sheet. Okay, so there's an answer sheet as well you'll be given. So immediately after that, we'll move on to the reading section. The reading section also, the total, the highest mark you can get is 9. It lasts for around 60 minutes. For academic version, you will get 3 passages, and these 3 passages will cover 40 questions, and there will be 12 or 13 types of questions. Okay, so if you can get 39 or 40 of those right, you'll get a 9. 37, 38 is 8.5, 36 is 8. This is how it works. Almost the same structure just applies with the listening section as well. Once you're done with the listening and the reading, and then you move on to the writing section, it's also 60 minutes. We have task 1 and task 2 for the academic module. The task 1 is you'll have to write a report, and it carries 3 marks out of the 9 mark report. You'll have to write a report for a university teacher or professor. So it's 150 words. That's the minimum you need to write. That's minimum, but you can go, any number as long as you fill up that 150 words requirement. They suggest you to spend 20 minutes. There will be pie chart, bar chart, line chart, table, chart, map, process diagram, and flow chart. You might get any of these, and you'll have to answer. There's no way that you can change. Whatever is given, you'll have to write. And task 2 it carries 6 marks. It's an essay. It's a 250 words essay. Minimum, that's the minimum. And 40 minutes. And there are 5 types of essay usually. Opinion essays, discussion essays, problem solution essays, advantage and disadvantage essays, double question essays. So each of the questions has its own structure in most of the cases. So you'll have to abide by that. Other than that, you'll get less mark. And say on one day, usually you sit for these 3 sections. It's a pretty long exam because there's some system loss as well. Although it should be 2 hour 40 minutes exam, but I think it's it takes more than 3 hours. At least 3 hours 30 minutes, or almost close to 4 hours. Okay, and there's another section, that's the speaking section. It takes place, say, you might sit for the exam on Thursday or Saturday. These 3 sections. The speaking will take place before or after that particular day. So if it's on Thursday, it might take any day after Thursday, or it might be even before Thursday. Okay, on a separate day, you'll have the speaking. Speaking lasts for 11 to 14 minutes. The highest you can get is 9. There are part 1, part 2, and part 3. And the 3 parts. Part 1 is basically they're going to ask you a few questions about yourself, and part 2 is it's a cue card. they'll give you a particular topic. You'll have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. That topic, and part three is a follow-up question. They're going to ask you a few more questions, extended question on the topic they have asked you in part two. So it's a follow-up question. Huh? Okay. So this is pretty much, say this is for the academic one, and whatever you get in individual, these four sections, 9, 9, 9, and 9, they will add it up and they will divide it by, they'll add whatever is the total, they'll divide it by 4, and the average is your IELTS score. That's how it works. Okay. So, and this one is the GT. This is the GT. The only difference, the listening is the same as the academic. Here, so GT, you see the listening, this is the general training module, the same scoring pattern is the same. Here it's the same as that of the academic one. The reading a little bit different. It has, I think, a little bit easier questions here. Instead of 3 long passages in the academic one, they have 4 shorter passages and 1 long passage. So 40 questions, 5 questions is the same. So it also lasts for 60 minutes, but it is practicing. It's a little bit easier. The writing is, it also has 2 parts, but instead of the graph that you have, that you should write for task 1, an academic one, here you will write a report, and 150 is report. That's the only difference. The task is the same, and on the speaking is the same. So, the only difference between general training and academic is, the reading section is completely different, and partially the writing section. Instead of a report, people who are studying for the general training, they will write a 150 letter. And they have usually 3 types of letter: formal, semi-formal, or completely formal, or informal letter. Mostly 3 types of. Okay, let's check a little bit. I'm going to show you the question. Just let's check it out. What kind of questions you can expect? Okay, this is a listening. This is a listening question. Is a listening question. As I mentioned, there are 4 sections, and this is the same question you'll get for academic and for GT. And what is this? Is a academic reading. Is a reading. There will be 3 passages. This is the first one. Say this is the second passages, and the third one is the third passages. Okay, these are 3 types of passages. So, but this is for academic, and this one is for the GT. This one is for the GT people. A little bit different. Say this is relatively smaller passages. You see, so shorter passages and 1 question, shorter passage, but this is the longer one. So you'll be getting one of the longer and the other being usually 4 of those shorter ones. So this is for the GT people. And this is for the GT people. Okay, let me show you. This is the academic. This is the academic writing part. This is the bar chart. This is the essay. This is for the academic. And this is for the GT. It is a little bit different. The first one, instead of the graph, you're getting a letter. You're getting a letter. And this one is the same essay. Almost the same essay. And this is for the academic, and the GT is the same sample in the speaking IELTS question. Say their school days, the buildings. Okay, this is the question. The first part, that's the first part. And you have the part 2. Part 2 is a cue card. This question usually remain in the books, in the book that belongs. They have their own booklet. The examiners, they will ask you questions from there. And this one, this is basically the QCut. They'll give you a QCut. This will be separate. So this will be in a page, printed in a page, sometimes laminated, and you'll be given a white piece of paper and a pencil. You have to jot down some ideas and do that. So if you need for 1 minute, and after that, we're expected to speak for at least 1 minute or 2 minutes. Okay. And these are the extended questions. And they might even ask you this kind of few questions based on that. Okay. So this is pretty much hello. Hello, Suraya. Suraya, can you hear me? Hello, Suraya. Hello. Hello. Hello, you can hear me, Suraya? Okay. So this is pretty much how the ICE works, and okay, we can see some example. You know how the speaking takes place. You know how it's a good sample. Let's check out the sample first. Just coming back.
Agrawal, and I am a senior consultant with Ernst & Young. I was looking at my options to take an English language test for immigration purposes. I'm hoping to move to Canada on a permanent residence permit, which is why I needed to take an English language test. My overall band score was 9. I scored in the reading section a 9, in the listening section again a 9, in the speaking test 9, and in the writing section my score was 8.5. I took a lot of practice tests. I think that was the most efficient way to prepare for a test, because it not only helped me time myself for different sections, but also helped me familiarize myself with the types of questions to expect in each section. So with IDP, I received a book at the time of registration of my test, and I found that really helpful because it had sample responses from students who'd taken the test before, which I found really helpful to go through, especially for the writing section, because it gave me tips and tricks to formulate a clear, concise essay response. And in terms of reading section, I found it really helpful to look at the different types of questions that could be asked of me. With the listening section, I found the CD that was provided with the practice material really helpful. Definitely the booklet that I received from IDP was the most helpful. I did a lot of research online as well to see sample quizzes and sample responses from candidates who'd taken the test before. But I think that the booklet that I received with the CD, with the practice test, was the one that I practiced the most on. In addition to the material that was already provided, one additional practice step that I took was for the speaking section. What I did was I would sit with my friend and go through the list of suggested questions that could be asked of me in a speaking test and formulate my response and ask for real-time feedback so I could improve how I was speaking, making sure that I wasn't going fast or too slow, making sure that my voice was properly modulated. I think the key thing to make sure that you do before your exam is to get a good night's rest. Make sure that you're well rested, that you've eaten properly. One key thing to remember is to make sure that you have all the documents that you need to take your test, which would be your ID, your passport, and make sure that you know where your test is and plan to travel accordingly, and make sure that you arrive at least 5 to 10 minutes before the start time of your registration before the test. For the reading section, like I mentioned earlier, I would recommend looking at a lot of practice tests, because what that helped me do is look at the types of questions to expect. What I would also do while doing the reading test is look at the questions first and then start reading the passage, because then it helped me think about the information in the way that the questions were framed. In the listening section as well, in the time that was given to go through the questions, I'd make sure that I'd highlight all the key information in the question, and also make sure the type of information that was asked of me was correctly noted. And then during the listening, I'd pay extra attention to make sure that I wasn't capturing anything incorrectly. For the writing section, I wanted to make sure that whatever I was writing was concise and coherent. I tried my best not to be repetitive in my writing and to avoid any grammatical errors whatsoever. I have to say I'm very happy with the experience that I have with the IDP online IELTS test service. I registered in advance for the test, and I received confirmation messages on my email and my phone, which was really convenient because I kept getting updates on when my test date was approaching so that I could prepare. When I went to the test center, which was clearly marked on my test appointment letter, I had no difficulty locating the IDP because there were proper signs at the center. And once at the center, the attendant at the reception was very helpful in guiding me where to store my valuable belongings, and how to register for the test. And then they advised us on best practices to do during the test and what sort of rules and procedures to follow during the test. So for example, if I needed to excuse myself during the test, I would have to raise my hand, which was already instructed to us, which made the entire process much smoother.
Okay, now we are watching a sample of a good answer in speaking. Let's check it out.
Okay. Now you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I'll let you know when the time is up. Could you start speaking now, please? I'm going to talk about a present my husband gave me last year for my birthday. We had gone to Istanbul for a few days. My husband had always wanted to go there. Anyway, we had a few days holiday from work and we decided to fulfill my husband's dream. As I said earlier, I'm really interested in art, and so even though I had no real desire to go to Istanbul, I was totally captivated by all the beautiful buildings and the wonderful arts and crafts that were available there. The Blue Mosque was my favorite building. From the outside, it looks just like a typical Ottoman mosque, but inside it is quite startling. The large windows with the light reflecting on the exquisite blue tiles made it just breathtaking. I asked one of the guides about the tiles, and she told me that they were from Iznik and that they are still made today. When we left the Blue Mosque, we walked down a pedestrian lane full of shops, including some tile shops. In one of the shops, the owner told us that the tiles were made in Iznik. Anyway, one of the tiles really caught my eye. Actually, it sang to me. It was of fish, 4 big fish, and lots of little ones, all in different shades of green. I really wanted it. But when we asked the price, it was very high. Something like $300 American. Obviously, I knew we could negotiate, but it seemed such a high price that we just left. The next night, we went out for my birthday meal. Just as we were finishing the dessert, the waiter came over and handed me the most beautifully wrapped gift. I knew at once, because it was very heavy, that it was the fish tile. That's why
Thank you. And does this person often buy you presents?
Well, he's good at remembering my birthday and our anniversary, so he does usually buy me something nice then, but he doesn't just buy a present out of the blue.
Thank you. Could I have the booklet, the pencil and the paper back, please? Thank you.
Maria, are you there?
Now, you've been telling me about a present you received, and I'd like to ask you some more general questions related to
Maria,
this.
are you there?
So,
Hello? Maria? You
Yes,
can
sir.
listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Huh? You can listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, the sound is clear?
Sir, assalamu alaikum.
Wa
Yes, sir.
alaikum assalam.
Clear.
Oh, you can. Okay. So we can, you'd like to start some speaking practice? And we can do that? Huh? Would you?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Of course.
fine. So let me. Suraya, are you there? Suraya Akhtar? Hello? Suraya? Okay, no problem. So let me ask you a few questions. Again, lots of questions. Faria, let me ask you, huh?
Yes, sir.
Um, so what do you think about people who aren't Christian but celebrate Christmas anyway? What do you think about those people? Not celebrate, probably they go to, 5-star hotels, they have those trees and everything, and they have some party going on. What do you think about that? Do you approve of that or you don't approve of that?
Sir, it's a deep question about religion. So,
Huh?
sir, as not the someone you
Okay.
actually talking about who is not Christian. So, in our religion, in the opinion of our religion, uh, some people say it is actually uh, allowed. Some people say it's not allowed.
Okay. So there are
So,
some people.
in the religion sense, I think it's not allowed, but you can celebrate or you can go there, but your
Okay, just
sir, I think I shouldn't talk about this
Okay,
actually.
fine. No problem. No problem.
So another topic you can ask me.
Yes, no problem. I'm going to ask you another. Say, how can people balance their time for working and their private life? How can people balance their time for working and their private life?
I think, sir, everyone should manage their time by dividing some time for some personal work and for some uh, professional work. I think because when you actually combine the personal and professional things with together, then every problem will arise. So one, of course, should divide the time, and I think personal time is more important. Of course, professional time is very much important for life because the professional life gives you the money, gives you the respect, but at the other side you have a personal life also. So you should give time in your personal life, make you confident about like professional, or make you more practicing about professional or
Okay. How you feel? How's your health now? You're feeling strong.
so
After
today.
today, you're
So
okay.
today I'm kinda sick, as kinda sick because of some causes, but
Oh,
um,
okay.
okay,
Fine, fine,
not so
fine,
much.
fine. But okay, but still it's lingering, huh? Kind of.
Yes,
Okay.
sir, kind
Okay.
of.
I am sorry for that.
No, 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 sir, it's
How
totally.
how how easy is it to travel around our country? How
Sorry,
easy is it to travel around our country?
how is it?
Do you think
Sir,
it's very easy?
sir, though you have money, then it's of course
Hmm.
easy for you to travel around,
Okay.
and I love to travel around so very much as I'm traveling lover. So when I have money, or when I make money for traveling, then I go to travel, because in going travel is more important for us, because we learn many things from traveling. We can see new things of life, we can see new environment, new people, and new culture. So I think it's everyone should go to travel. And if you have money, you can easily go, but if you don't have money, I think everyone should mm, make an opportunity to make money, so that he can go to travel.
Okay. So, but traveling is expensive, I believe, huh?
Yes. Sir, not
Okay. So
always, because traveling is doesn't mean you can go abroad. Okay,
okay, but
besides
yes,
some
but
places,
wherever, even almost anywhere, is kind of because if you go,
expensive. Yes, sir. If
I
expensive
think it
also
depends. Okay, so I think okay,
depends.
that's also important. It's expensive, but at the same time, whether you are really interested, that's also a big factor.
Sir, as traveling lover, I support everyone to make money, or to spend
Arrange money,
money.
arrange money,
Yes,
some
arrange money
okay, okay, fine.
for traveling.
Okay, so
Miss
um,
any opportunity for traveling in my Barcia college life.
okay, so some people are born to be leaders, or it's something taught. Leadership. What do you think? Is leadership is taught, or you're born with that? What do you think? What do you believe?
Sir, can you repeat the questions?
No, okay. So this one. Let me ask you this: can leadership
Sir,
skill be taught, or do
today
some?
I'm watching by my mobile. That's why.
I see. Can leadership skills be taught? Leadership. You can learn leadership through some
Uh,
courses, or it's kind of inborn. What do you think?
some people are born to be leaders. It's of course actually right, because some people's family are leader.
Okay, probably we lost her. Okay, so Mr. Himu, how are you?
Yes, sir. Alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
Uh, you're fine. So,
Yes, sir.
so you had your duty today, or you're free today?
Alhamdulillah, sir. I'm free.
Not
But
free, you know.
yes, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. This, so, are you tired, or you're energized?
Sorry, it
Uh,
was disconnected, sir.
Okay, okay. I'll come back to you, but yeah, just
I'm,
Oh,
sir,
no
energized,
problem.
but I'm having trouble with get back to my normal life. I mean, my normal study for a few days. I mean, I'm trying, but I find it really hard because, yeah, I think I'm sleeping more, and yeah, I have more.
Sleeping more. Okay,
Yeah, that's
life is
life.
challenging, huh? For everybody. You know, it's not
Yeah, so I
easy. You
think
know.
the environment right now I'm living in it's very cozy. I mean, it's too much for I mean to having a challenging life. I mean, yeah, whenever I want, I can go to sleep, and yeah, I don't having much work to do.
Much work to do.
So
Okay, okay.
sometimes cozy
And
environment cause you to get slow, I think.
so, okay, but are you enjoying it? You know, this different. This
Yeah,
also part of the experience.
of course,
Okay.
I'm enjoying it so
So,
far.
are your parents worried because you are working in a COVID, uh,
Of course, a little bit.
in a COVID hospital or COVID ward? They're worried.
Yeah, as
So,
I appease them by telling that, yeah, the hospital just provide us everything we need, and there's I mean, a very good environment for donning and doffing. So, and till now, no one during, I mean, my colleagues are affected, but it's not, it's partially
okay,
true. I mean, two of my, yeah, colleagues are already affected, but they're now, I mean,
recovering.
I think, yeah, recovering. So, and another good news is four of our patient, 4 or 5 of our patient just recovered and get back to their home with their relatives. So after having the negative result, so it's also a good news.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
how many meals a day should people eat? How many
How
meals a
many?
day?
As a medical person, I would like to say that yeah, people should eat 5 meals in total. In their 3 major meal and 2 light snack, as
Okay.
their yeah body permits. I mean, and the major principle of having a meal is like you have to get hungry and you should need it. I mean, I mean, when your satiety center get depressed and want it, and then you can just eat the major meal 3 times. But as for 2 time, we say for the people with little activities or high activities. But as for sedentary workers, it's okay for them to have just only 3 major meal.
Okay. Okay. So, Faria, are you there? Faria?
yes, sir.
Okay. As I was asking, what do you think about leadership? So, can leadership skill be taught, or it's something inborn? Can
Sure,
come in it.
sometimes can leadership skills be taught because when you are in school life or college life, there are lots of arrangements for leadership or for some meeting, for some conference in the varsity life, etc. So in this conference or meeting, some people have to lead this. So they can also they can also be taught by the environment, and some peoples are born for leadership because they are from leadership background or politics background family they have. So I think they're born to be leader. And our country in our country we know the Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was the best leader ever. So I think he was born to be a leader. So some people are
He
like
was.
this.
So his parents were not leaders. We have Sheikh
Yes,
Hasina. His parents, his father was a leader. So even probably, I'm not sure whether he was born in a politician family. Sheikh
politician
Mujib,
family,
probably not.
but in the when we see his background, then from his childhood, he's a brave brave
He
boy.
was brave.
So
Okay,
he
he's
was
a
a
brave
brave
boy.
boy. That's why you can say that
Okay.
he was born to be leader.
Okay. Himu, are you there, Mr. Himu?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. So, do you think that weddings in our country waste lots of money? What do you think
I
about that?
mean,
Do you think that
uh,
weddings in general in our country waste
in
lots of money?
general, yeah, I think, yeah, we do spend a lot. I mean, whether in lower socioeconomic condition or higher or middle socioeconomic condition, we tend to, I mean, waste or spend money because we suppose that it's the only one event occur in the, I mean, the bride and the groom. So it's very important for them. So I have seen some examples, though they're living in under the lower socioeconomic condition, but they still try their best, to make
Yes.
it very
Okay.
effective. And
That's a
yeah,
culmination. You see
yeah,
your son or daughter grow up,
yeah, that's the
and
only. I mean,
we have to
the
make it
parents
different,
also,
very
yeah,
special.
parents and the fellow ones also
I
want
think
to.
they try their best. Sometimes
Yeah, yeah,
they can.
exactly.
Everything.
What that I'm trying to say.
Okay. So, do people change after getting married? Do you think? What do you think? Do people change after getting married, or no? It doesn't happen like that.
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
Mr. Himu. Do you
Yes,
think
sir.
that people
I'm
change
here.
after getting married?
As I'm
Hmm?
unmarried, I don't know much about this, but I have seen some examples that oppose this statement. But yeah, most of the time I have seen the after in marriage. I mean, in the marital life, they get busy with their family, and also they have their jobs and other activities also. So I have seen people who get married. I mean, they have less time for spending with their friends and colleagues like before they used to spend their marriage. So yeah, most of the time I have seen and observed that, yeah, due to
Okay.
I mean other
People
words
they
and yeah.
need to because okay, so fine. So we don't have minutes today. So let me ask you a few more questions.
Of
Do you
course.
think that Faria, are you there? You can listen to me. Faria.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So has air travel become safer in recent years, or not really? Air travel, travel by airplane, has it become safer in recent
In this
years or no?
pandemic is of course not safer for us because pandemic is around every country, almost every country. So it's not safest for us. Even we know that the online business and even the normal business are here and there. They have lots of things to import from outside, so
Okay.
they have to uh, go through the airline, or some people uh, make their money by this air journey. So I think actually it's not safe, but some people have to do this. Have to do this because of their survival things are depend on their business. So they need to go. But in this pandemic, it's so tough for them to go there. Some people's family was outside, so they have
Okay.
to go outside. But you know already that some airlines are recently are not open,
Not open. Okay, then they're not, just operating their
operating
flights.
their
There's
services
regular
are.
flights. Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Himu,
Yes, sir.
in general, do you think that air travel has become much more safer? In general, I'm not talking about COVID or any other situation.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely, sir. Because after facilitation of the air traveling around the world, it makes the journey more I mean, less time consuming, and people can travel around the world for business purpose or
hmm,
for educational purpose and for traveling purpose, of course. because before that we can see that people, I mean, if they want to go to one country by ship or any other way, it took a long time for traveling or whatsoever. But after, yeah, generating the air traveling, it's much more easier and also cheaper also. So yeah, I think in my opinion that, yeah, it contributes a lot for
Okay,
traveling
okay.
purpose or
Mr. Vivo, so I've got a new headphone. I'm just checking it. So
yeah.
is the sound okay? Is the sound clear? Is the sound
Yes,
clear?
sir. I can hear
No
you
problem.
as is crystal clear.
Okay, okay. Why don't I put on another? So is the sound clear or there's echo now?
No, sir, there is no phone.
Is it clear or no? Same as before?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Okay, no
There is no
echo.
echoing. No, sir.
No.
I
Okay, no,
yeah, I haven't
no,
received
no
it.
echo. Fine. Okay, just a moment. But what about, say when there's a accident, huh? There is a air accident, accident,
There are some
a
cluster
plane
accident, but
crashes.
statistically
But
seen this, yeah,
statistically,
statistically seen
you can die
this
anywhere. You
percentage,
can have
yeah,
a,
yeah.
you
And
can,
you know, if we cannot, if we can cite the example of our country, road traffic accident, one of the major cause for, random death or accident in our country. Related, if you, I mean, correlated with the air traveling or air accident, yeah, statistically you can see that percentage is really lower and significantly lower than the air accident. I have seen, I have observed as far.
I see. Okay. So, Fadia, do you like window shopping? Do you like window shopping? You understand? Definitely, you understand window shopping. Faria, hello, Faria, are you there? Okay. Himu, Mr.
Yes,
Himu, are
sir.
you there?
Yes,
Okay,
sir,
so
I'm here.
do you like window shopping? Some people, say they might even go to Bushindara city just to window shop, just check out what's new. But some people, unless they have something to buy, they won't go there. So, what kind of person are you? So, you go just, you're not buying anything just for window shopping. Hello, Mr. Himu. Hello, hello. You can listen to me.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you can listen to me. Faria, you can listen to me?
Yes, sir, of course.
Okay. So what about window shopping? Do you like window shopping?
Sir, window shopping, I think what I actually know, window shopping is roaming about here and there for searching anything or
Yeah, but you're not really interested about buying that in most of the cases.
most of the case I'm buying that, but sometimes you need to check out some products that are uh, I actually I'm
No, no.
actually
I
talking.
think window shopping is not. I don't know whether is it that. Window shopping means you just have some time. Even you don't have the money. You're not basically. That's kind of. I'm
Yes,
not
sir, I'm
sure.
talking about that. I একটু রাখো।
Okay, okay, no
Sorry,
problem.
sir. Um, what I'm actually know, I'm talking about that window shopping is when you have a leisure or when you have much
Leisure, yes.
time to go here and there. So that's why you need to go somewhere for wasting your
Okay, you
sorry,
spend time.
and
Okay, wasting
spending
your
your
time and you
time.
go there.
So sometimes I had a time, some moments, sorry, some days ago, when I need to buy some things, but I need to check in open space or physically. That's why I need to go to there for check some things, but not for purchasing. That's why I need to go. So I think it's a window shopping. What I
Okay.
know actually, but I have no idea about this.
Okay, no problem. I'm not even exactly with you. So what I believe is, just spending some time, spending some time for you have that leisure time,
When
as
you
you
have no
mentioned.
work to do.
So is it good for children to have parents from two different countries? Is it good for children to have parents from two different countries?
Sir, it depends on a person to person, I think. Uh, if the parents are more educated, or if the parents are more loyal for their child, then it's much better. It's much better for them, for the children. But
So they have what you know they find they can explore
but
different countries in some cases. In some cases, not always. Uh, and it can be like that. They can be living in two countries. That's very difficult. Usually,
that's
they'll be living in
difficult
one
for the
country.
child because he or she has to maintain two different religions. Sometimes it's a
No,
more
okay. Two
complicated.
different countries. It doesn't have to be two different religion. Sometimes,
Not always, sometimes.
not always, but
Not
sometimes.
always. But they have to
Okay,
face some complications, I think, because in their marriage time, they're getting married, they're missing their parents. Sometimes some question are arising about their parents. Sometimes it's religious issues. Sometimes they have no time for them. I think it's not much better, but it's okay when varies people to people.
okay. That is from people. Fine. What are the benefits of? Okay, we don't have too many. So, are you getting tired? Of answering, or it's fine? Huh? Okay. So,
Sorry, sir. Sir,
uh,
today I'm kind of
you're
tired.
tired. Okay, okay. So, and you're the only one we're talking. Okay. So, okay. So, so you'd like to do some reading? You have plan or no? You're going to take leave.
Sir, today I
You're
have to
tired.
because at 10
Okay.
p.m. there is math class,
There is a math class. Yes,
and
yes,
this
yes. No.
math need for us,
Yes, yes.
for
No problem.
me
No, you're,
actually, as
you're,
engineering
you're
student,
doing.
so I need to do that.
Okay, no problem. No problem. That's fine. Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Then we can move to other part. Okay, so you'll be with us for the class for some time or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And
For some
anyways,
time.
anyways,
Problem.
let's see what we're going to do. Let me see whether we can check some videos.
Sir, I have a question.
Please.
Sir, the math class are related to GRE, I know, but
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
the GMAT class are those related to IELTS or GRE? The GMAT class, I don't have any
Oh, no,
idea.
no, those are mostly related to, those are mostly related to GMAT. Not GMAT, it's grammar. This is kind of basic grammar.
I think, sir, it's need for IELTS and GRE also.
Yeah, kind of, for IELTS and GRE as well.
I
No,
have
it's grammar,
tried.
because if you check those out, you'll have to understand the sentence structure as well. Right? It works like that.
So, what was the topic of last class? GMAT.
We did GMAT, grammar. We did probably we did okay. The next class we'll be doing parallelism. In the last class we did comparison.
Sir,
So,
what's the difference between GMAT or grammar class?
no, the grammar is that one is grammar, but that grammar is a part of GMAT. GMAT in GMAT verbal, they have reading comprehension, critical reasoning, and grammar. So we are basically only covering the grammar part, just
Sir,
like in GRE.
the fill in the gaps, multiple choices in GRE, that is related to GMAT class.
Which one?
Under the GMAT class.
Yes, kind of. Those
I
are
mean,
kind of related. Just a moment. Hello. ও ধরতে পারছেন না। আচ্ছা চলছে, ওই যে কেউ আসছে না সেই জন্য। আচ্ছা আমি দেখছি, আমি অন্য আরেকটা স্ক্রিন দেখি। সমস্যা হচ্ছে না? ও আরো অনেকজন তো আসে না আজকে, একেবারেই নাই, মানে তাহলে কোনো একটা প্রবলেম হয়েছিল। হ্যাঁ। আচ্ছা তাহলে কি আমি আবার নতুন করে একটা পাঠাবো সবাইকে? আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, নতুন করে একটা দিয়ে পাঠাবো।
স্যার I think আজকে বৃষ্টি হচ্ছে অনেক, that's why নেটওয়ার্ক প্রবলেম অনেক জায়গায়।
আচ্ছা আজকে তাহলে তো আমাদের আরো স্টুডেন্ট আসে। আচ্ছা আমি একটা কাজ করি, আচ্ছা বাইরে কি বৃষ্টি হচ্ছে? তো আমি আরেকটা আমি কি আবার একটা পাঠাবো সবাইকে? should I send another invitation? কারণ আমার মনে হচ্ছে যে এই ইনভাইটেশনটার প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, কেন there should be some more students. We usually have at least 10 plus students. আচ্ছা আমি তাহলে একটা আবার ইনভাইটেশন পাঠাই। হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে। আচ্ছা আমি একটা পাঠাই। Ashna, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks, teacher.
You're
How
fine.
about you?
Okay. Ashna, I'm sending another invitation. Probably I'm having some problem. People are getting into this our session. So I'm sending you another fresh one, and you can, if you want, you can enter through that. Okay.
So we have to leave it now and then join again?
Yes. Again. Just I'll be sending within 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.